Hey everyone, what's going on? It's your boy Krebsy Crypto, and for today's video, we're just going to be kind of talking about, is this the time to start mining as a new or budget miner? And these are just bulletin points I typed out and got together here, just off my own thinking and off my own research, on points like if it's time to start getting into the crypto market as a miner. So just sit back, relax, and I'm just going to be explaining these things. So if you are new to mining or just debating to get into mining, this might help you kind of get over that ledge or that line to determine if you want to or not. It could even help you decide if you want to continue mining right now in the current market or if you're just going to continue to stick it out and work through it. This is just a video for overall miners as well, not just strictly new and budget miners. It could be for current miners as well. So just take it as you will. These are just all my opinions and my thoughts about it. So just take it how you will, like I said. So let's just dive right in right now. So in my personal opinion, yes, this could be a time to start getting into mining just due to the falling GPU MSRP prices. So these are brand new graphics cards. I'm saying like you go right to the retailer and you're buying them brand new. So that's what MSRP means, is the market sale price. So they've dropped over 10 to 15% in recent months. So it kind of makes it easier for an entry point for new miners due to the price, obviously. And I could see this kind of dropping more and more in the months coming, just as Ethereum 2.0 comes into play. But these are brand new, not secondhand market or anything. These are the MSRP prices. They've been dropping recently just due to like the companies actually getting the chips and being able to supply graphics cards and the slowdown of mining due to the big miners kind of stepping back because of the bear market we're having. It's kind of just slowed down and made GPUs more accessible for everyone, that be miners or gamers or anybody that uses graphics cards in general. And falling crypto prices allow you time to gather more of said coin in a sense. So like if you're, let's say, focusing on like Bitcoin or other coins, or like I could say even Ethereum or other ones, and you're just trying to build up a stash, in a sense you could build up more of said coin because it's easier to mine these coins because the difficulty is down as such. So it's easier to gather these amount of coins because you're not competing so much against other people. I'm not saying it's completely simple and you're going to make a whole bunch more, but with the price of the actual coins being down, your profit may not be there, but you're actually gaining more of said coin in a sense. So it's kind of like a win-loss scenario. If you just want to build up a big bag of coins, this is kind of the time to do it. I know in a way also when the market is pumping, you're gaining more of the coins because your profitability is higher. But then when the difficulty and price is lower, you're gaining more of the coin because it takes more of that coin to actually make up the price, from what I know in my experience. And with Ethereum 2.0 coming, we can see prices of GPUs drop even further, so even more time to stock up on GPUs from the secondhand market for a cheap price, because the secondhand market has really dropped in price. And I'm talking about like eBay, Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, just any type of marketplace online, not buying it from retail. So the price has really been dropping because a lot of miners have made their money in the past years mining. So they're just trying to get out of it, trying to get rid of their graphics cards. But you just have to make sure that they are still functioning and still good. Unless you can fix up graphics cards like myself. I fixed up a few graphics cards and been able to like mine with them and all that even in the past, because currently I'm not mining just due to my like location and setup and such and hydro rates and things like that. But everyone can have their own personal preference. I just can't here because I had to move back to my parents and they don't want to allow me to be mining. And it's hard for me to explain it to them. I've tried and tried over and over again. But hopefully soon I'll be able to get my own office space. Then I could set up my graphics cards and mining rigs and ASIC miners. And then I'll be able to actually record videos like I used to and actually have my own space to kind of do crypto and do my own YouTube videos and things like that. So it's just a good time to stockpile, especially like I said with Ethereum 2.0 coming. That's what I was kind of hinting at. It's the time to go out and buy, even if you don't want to turn them on yet. Just get a huge pile of cards, get them set up, and be ready for when it does become a bull market. If you're that type of person that wants to wait for a bull market, which there's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, it's always good to kind of stick it out and build up coins, because the more you get in for cheap, it's going to pay off in the long run if they start going for a bull run, because the coins you mine kind of at a loss are now turning into a profit. It's kind of like a stock market where you sit there and you buy the stocks low, and when everything's crashing, then it starts to take off again, and then you're like, look it, I got myself through it. Now I'm making money in a stock market because the stocks are rocking high. That's personally what I do. I always buy and collect and, build up while things are low and while things are crashing like this. So another thing, like I've mentioned at near the beginning of it here, the difficulty is dropping for a lot of coins and algorithms due to miners stepping away from the price drop or just summer heat in some areas because it's summertime in a lot of areas, like in Canada and the US and such. I know in the US they have more or less like summer all the time or spring temperatures, but with like the heat waves going on, things like that, people have had to shut their rigs off because it's way, way too hot. And just power grids haven't been able to handle a lot of like people running their air conditioners and miners and things like that. So a lot of things have been like, I guess, breaking in a sense when it comes to like mining, the power with the power grids and stuff like that. So the difficulty and stuff like that has dropped with a lot of coins and algorithms. So it's time to like kind of jump in if you're able to and take advantage of that, because when difficulty and such is lower, it's easier for you, like I said, to collect up coins. You're not battling against so much power. You're not battling against so many miners. I'm not saying you're gonna all of a sudden have a whole bunch of Bitcoin and all this, because like the price is still high for like majority of the coins, and it still takes a lot of power to actually like mine a lot of these coins. But I'm just saying it does become a little bit easier for even at-home miners. Another good thing that's coming too is new budget GPUs coming to the market soon, and that would be the Intel Arc series. I believe they're ready to release. I think it's around, if I remember correctly, end of August to the start of September, something like that. That's when they are planning to do it. I have the news on that. I can make a video on that separately. But that's going to be another good thing, is it's going to open up obviously for gamers, but also for us miners in a sense too. When you have budget GPUs, it allows more people to get their hands on them, and it allows people just to either, start their mining adventure, start the gaming adventure, or whatever. It's just good to see a company actually stick within the budget GPUs, because we've seen over the years and years, all these GPUs just keep getting higher and higher and higher in price. I get they're more power and more capable, but you have to think some people don't want to spend, a paycheck or two just on a graphics cards, especially when you take in conversion in different countries and stuff like that. Like when graphics cards come over to Canada, they end up being more than America and other countries and things like that. And it just becomes hard to get your hands on them because a lot of people jump for these new ones. So with the budget ones, you're not going to see the high-end gamers and high-end miners and such be jumping for them. It's going to be for more so us budget miners, even including myself. I'm still like on a budget when it comes to mining. When it comes to even buying graphics cards for mining or ASIC machines, I always stick within a budget. I don't want to be dropping a huge bag. Not that because I don't believe or want to become hugely invested. It's just more of common sense. If you can get it for cheaper, why spend so much more money? And if you see my Intel Arc series videos, a lot of these graphics cards are comparable to these modern day graphics cards. And even with how many gigabytes they have, so like 4, 8, 16, 10, whatever amount of gigabytes, and they're all for a reasonable price and all depending what you want to do. And another point is a lot of new proof of work coins have been being released due to Ethereum 2.0 going to like Ethereum like for staking and such. So it makes it, when these new coins come out, the difficulty and like the mining aspect of it is so much more easier. Like I remember getting into Avian when it first came out. I was able to mine blocks and blocks and blocks and just build up a huge wallet of it. And now I'm just sitting on a huge wallet and waiting for that coin to kind of take off in price. I know some people don't like waiting, they want the profit right away. But with a lot of new like proof of work coins, you want to kind of build up a huge bag. And then if they ever do take off, well, guess what? You are set. And it makes it a lot easier for budget miners, because usually these new coins, well, new proof of work ones, depending on the algorithm they use, you can use, lower end CPUs, lower end GPUs off that hop until the DAG size starts to grow and more competition, like the difficulty starts to rise. Then that's when it becomes harder. So you always want to stick to finding new coins as well, but make sure they're legitimate projects and such. But I feel with Ethereum 2.0 coming up, we're going to see a lot more new proof of work coins and even algorithms being released into the market here. So far, these are just my points on if it's a good time to start mining crypto. And as you can tell, I'm obviously for, starting crypto mining, especially in a bear market. You should start it because, like I've said, all these other points, and you can accumulate coins, you can accumulate GPUs, you can kind of build up like a whole warehouse. And then with the current bear market, lots of big time Bitcoin and Ethereum miners have stopped mining, and obviously, which makes difficulty less for top coins. I know I've been talking a lot about difficulty and such, but that becomes a big factor when it comes to cryptocurrency mining because that's your competition in a sense. You all are working together to make the blockchain more secure and stuff like that, and verifying transactions and things like that. But it's also competition in a sense because if you have less people on the network, then you're more bound to actually get rewarded more. But don't look at it as a competition because everyone you're working together to make the blockchain and the technology more secure. And the secondhand market has really lowered in price, making it almost accessible for everybody to be able to get their hands on a GPU just with the price levels of like eBay and such like that. I've seen like 8 to 12 gigabyte cards going for a couple $100. I've seen which is like $200, $300. I've seen ones locally on my marketplace going for like 100, 150, even lower, and that's for 4 gigabyte cards and up. So the secondhand market's really starting to drop off, either because of miners getting out of it or gamers just upgrading their GPUs and such, because there's so many GPUs being released. It feels like almost every month there's a new graphics card, or you hear a rumor of something new, or there's, a new RTX or new, NVIDIA, this and that. But it's really good to see the secondhand market kind of fading off because like resellers have kind of lost, I don't know, I don't want to say like lost their ambition, but they've kind of lost that margin because GPU prices have started to actually level out even when it comes to the MSRP prices, like I said, at the retail prices. So if the retail prices start to lower, the scalpers and stuff have to start lowering their price. So in a sense, it's good for everybody. And if you can get your hands on more GPUs to kind of build yourself up like a mini warehouse or even like a bedroom full or an office full or whatever, then you're going to be set for the next bull run, and you're going to be ready if you're mining right now to go ahead and just build up a huge stash, like a big wallet of crypto coins. Another point I like to make, with fear in the crypto market, people tend to panic and be fearful, but when others are fearful, then be greedy. That's a key thing I've been taught, especially in the stock market industry, is when people are panicking and are fearful, that's when you be greedy and start taking advantage of that. Because a lot of people, especially nowadays, they buy when stocks are on the run up. They buy when cryptocurrency is on the run up. When everything is pumping, that's when people start to buy. And that's when people get like greedy. They start buying because they're like, oh, this coin's going to do well. Look at it pump, look at it pump. And then when it's people that are fearful, that's the time to be greedy. When people are greedy, that's the time to be fearful because things start to collapse. I know it kind of sounds confusing, but if it makes sense to you, then great. You kind of understand what I'm getting at there. So in other words, take advantage of the low prices of GPUs and coins, whether if you're buying GPUs, if you're just buying up coins. This is a great time just for investors in general when it comes to cryptocurrency or miners in general. I feel you're getting a huge discount on coins and GPUs. So what could be like the bad deal about that? So even like I said, like myself, I'm in the stock market and crypto market. And when stocks are plummeting and dropping and things like that, that's when I'm buying up and then waiting for the next run up. And then that's when you sell off when they hit the top of their peak. I'm not saying you have to sell off. You can always just keep it for years and years to come if you really believe in it. And I have coins that I've hung on to for years and years now, just believing in the technology and that it's actually going to go somewhere. But like I said, stock up on them and get collecting coins for the next bull run and get your hands on GPUs, and you could be the next big miner that can fill an office or warehouse with mining rigs. Just think about that because it's kind of shifting. So all the big miners that started out with cryptocurrency, all the big warehouse miners, all the big office miners and things like that, they've made their money. So now they're selling their GPUs and rigs off because they've been profitable during the last few bull runs, and they're laughing about it and stuff like that. So obviously now it's going to transition into the next wave of miners that are going to get their hands on these graphics cards and mining rigs and ASICs and things like that. And then you yourself might be able to fill an office or warehouse, especially if you're looking to buy right now in this bear market because everyone's freaking out and panicking and just trying to get rid of their equipment. And you also have to note the cost may go up with GPUs if another bull run starts to happen in the market. So better to get in or buy the equipment while it's cheap and have it ready for when the next bull run happens. Like I've mentioned, as things go up in price, things become more expensive because people see, oh, crypto's on another pump and another run, so I might be able to get more money for my graphics cards because more people gonna want to get into mining because the price is high and things like that. People always tend to jump into things when the price is running up and when the price is high, even when it comes to mining. So it's always good to get in low at these low points. Yeah, maybe you know you might not be able to run it all the time. Maybe instead of running a crypto miner like all day, just run it for half a day, or run it during off peak times or on peak times, depending how your hydro works. Just calculate it and try to squeeze as much coins as you can, because I feel that like a next bull run is bound to happen at some point. We're not going to sit in a bear market for years and years. You could say like the stock market, for example, it's went through a recent crash, especially with COVID and stuff. But I've been buying up, I've been collecting, and now stuff is starting to take off again. Yeah, it may have took a year or less, but guess what? Things are paying off now. And it's kind of the same with crypto. It could be, by the end of the year we finally get a bull run, but then you'll be able to cash out and be happy about it because you got all these rigs, you got all these coins, and you're ready to go for the next bull run. So, like I said, while these other big miners are getting out of it because they're laughing, because they're like, oh, all these people are mining during a bear market, I made my money, ha ha ha. There's going to be that next wave of people that go ahead and do that. So you take advantage of all these things while the market is low. So overall, hopefully this helps you and gave you some insight into, if it's the time to start mining. Hopefully answered some of your questions. Hopefully, kind of help you make a decision. Because like I said, there's a whole bunch of different aspects when it comes to mining during a bear market. I tried to piece this together as best I could and hopefully it made like sense to you. These were all just my different points on why it's a good time, most likely, to start mining, or just continue mining, or if you're a budget miner looking for some good graphics cards, this is the time to act on it. You don't want to wait, because once the bull run happens, things are going to go up in price and you're going to be spending more. And then if another bear market tends to happen, down the road again, then you will be out money. The time to buy is when you're in a bear market. And that goes for any kind of like financial things. That's just my personal opinion. So take it as you will. But hopefully, this brought some insight and brought some information to you guys, and hopefully helps, make a decision for someone watching this video. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button, as it lets me know you guys have been enjoying my type of content. I want to get back into like kind of like my old starting tutorials, how I used to actually have my mining rigs going and be able to make tutorials from that. That's why I'm looking for like an office space, because like I said, I'm not able to actually mine where my current location is, just most likely due to hydro and such. My parents and stuff don't want me mining, but I just had to move back home for my own personal issues and stuff like that. But if I get my own office space or something like that, downtown, I'll be able to go there and make videos, and we can kind of do vlogs, check up on it. But those are things I want to progress into and hopefully help make better YouTube content. But again, I hope y'all have an amazing day, and this is Krebsy Crypto signing out.